Good day everyone, so we're going to discuss about the transactional log backup and point-in-time recovery. We're going to discuss it with my group members and explain it closely. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone. So let's first define what is transactional log backup. So transactional log backup, it acts as a continuous record of every database changes. It allows us to rewind our database at any moment. So transactional log backup is essential for granular recovery of your database. So it uses full or bulk log recovery model.
So, what is point-time recovery? So here we have the restore a database to a specific moment or right before a failure. So we have here the full backup. So when you say full backup, it is a complete backup of the database is taken. And a chain of log backups, a series of log backups are taken at regular intervals, capturing all transactions and stop at clause, an optional clause that specifies the exact point in time to recover to. And point-in-time recovery is crucial for minimizing data loss during accidental deletions or corruptions.
How does it work? First, a full backup. You need at least one full backup to start the backup chain. So all subsequent logs depends on this. Second is capture changes. Each transaction log backups records all database changes since the last full backup. Log truncation. Backing up the log frees space in the transaction log file for reuse.
So when is point-in-time recovery useful? The first one is accidental deletions. So when you say accidental deletions, the recover deleted data quickly. Then the second one is the data corruption, where I restore data to a point before corruption. And the third one is the ransomware attacks, where recover data to a safe point. And application errors, fix errors by recovering to a stable state. And we also have here when a high uptime and minimal data loss are critical, or when you say high uptime, minimizing downtime is essential and data integrity and accuracy are vital. So by using PITR, or the point-in-time recovery, you can ensure rapid recovery and minimize data loss in critical situations.
Next is we're gonna go to its advantages. First is granular recovery. It restores the exact second. It means that you can recover your database to any specific point in time, not just when your last full backup was taken. For example, imagine your database got corrupted at 3:15 p.m. today. With PITR, you could restore it to its state at 3:14 p.m. just before the corruption occurred, rather than having to go back to last night's backup. Number 2, minimize data loss. It avoids restoring to a much earlier state. This means that you lose only the transactions that occurred after your chosen recovery point. Not all changes since your last full backup. For example, if you take full backup nightly at 2 a.m. but someone accidentally deletes critical data at 4 p.m., PITR lets you recover to 3:59 p.m. losing just 1 minute of work instead of 14 hours of work. Number 3. Supports high availability. It means transaction log backups enable technologies like database mirroring, log shipping, and always on availability groups. Example, in a financial system, transaction logs can be continuously shipped to a standby server. If the primary fails, the standby can quickly become active with minimal data loss. Number 4. Smaller backups. Compared to full backups, transaction log backups are much smaller than full backups, since they only contain changes. The example is, you have a 500 gigabytes database might have transaction log backup of just 50 megabytes taken every 15 minutes, allowing frequent protection without storage overload.
This may report advantages. Complexity. Required proper log backup scheduling. So, proper log backup scheduling is essential for managing database complexity and to ensure data recoverability. Second, storage use logs must be storage and management. Storage use logs are critical and required carefully storage and management. In fact, management ensure efficient resource location, capacity planning, troubleshooting, compliance, and security. Third, break of change break. Missing log backup, broken recover fast. A broken log backup change missing log backups severely compromise database recovery. This creates a broken recovery path, meaning you cannot restore the database to a constant state after a failure. Not supportive in simple recovery model. The simple recovery model is SQL. Servers will operating performance advantages due to its minimal lagging logs support for several crucial features. It significantly impacts data recoverability and operational flexibility.
So, for my topic, it's all about who benefits the most. So, first, large enterprises. So, large enterprises with critical high volume database. So, for example, a company like Amazon store millions of customer orders, inventory details, and payment info. If their database cashier without a backup, they could lose sales, customer trust, and millions of dollars. Second is financial institutions, where even seconds of lost data matter. So, for example, a bank processes thousands of transactions per second. If their system failed and lost even 10 seconds of data, some customers may not see their deposits or withdrawals or payment cost choice. Third, e-commerce platforms, high transaction volume and real-time data. So for example, Shopee or Lazada during a big sales like 11/11, if their system can't handle real-time updates or customer may see wrong price, stock level or even lost their orders made checkout. So last, healthcare system, where database loss can affect patient safety. So, for example, from the word hospital. A hospital patient database store medical history, prescriptions, and lab results. If data is lost, a doctor may give a wrong medicines or miss a life treatment. I agree.
So here's the case study. The company name is XYZ Bank. Now here's the issue. A developer accidentally delete a customer's transaction at around 10:42 a.m. Now your backup plan includes a full backup at around 12 a.m. and a transaction log backup every 15 minutes. Now how to recover? So first, you have to restore the last full backup, which is around 12 a.m. and then use point-in-time recovery to restore database at around 10:41 a.m. Now the result is no data loss. The operation is resumed in 20 minutes.
Summary explanation of transaction log backups with point-in-time recovery. Transaction log backups plus point-in-time recovery equals powerful data protection strategy. What is transaction log backups? It records every changes like inserts, updates, deletes made to a database since the last backup. Point-in-time recovery or PITR allows restoring a database to a precise moment. Examples of these are right before a system failure or data corruption. Why it is powerful? Unlike full backups which only saves data at a single point in time, this combo enables granular recovery, minimizing data loss for seconds or minutes. It is also essential for fixing errors like accidental deletions, ransomware attacks, or corrupted data. It is ideal for mission-critical systems. Examples of these are banking, healthcare, e-commerce, who cannot afford prolonged downtime or data loss. Examples of these are a hospital patient's records database must be restored immediately after a crash to avoid life-threatening delays. An e-commerce platform must undo a batch of faulty transactions without losing legitimate orders. PITR ensures near-zero data loss and rapid recovery, meeting strict SLAs or service-level agreements. It must be implemented with disciplined backup routine. Key requirements for this success are frequent log backups. Depending on workload, backups may need to run every 5 to 15 minutes. Must also secure storage. Logs must be stored separately from the main database. Examples of these are off-site or immutable cloud storage to survive disasters. Regular testing. Stimulate recoveries to verify backups are usable. A backup is only as good as your ability to restore it. Here are the consequences of poor discipline. Gaps in log backups equals inability to recover to certain points in time. Also, untested backups may fail when needed most. Worth the efforts for high data integrity and business continuity. Benefits of this are data integrity. No more, oops, we lose a day's worth of transaction. And recovery compliance meets standards like GDPR, data protection, HIPAA PAA Healthcare or PCIDS, payment security, cost savings, avoiding downtime can save millions in lost revenue or penalties. Trade-off requirements requires more storage and management than simple fallback app, but the protection is unmatched. Real-world analogy. Think of transaction logs as a security camera recording every movement in your database. PITR lets you rewind the footage to the exact seconds before a break-in or data corruption occurred. Without logs, you'd only have sporadic snapshots, fallback apps, leading blind spots. When to use this strategy? Your data changes frequently. Example of these are financial transactions. Your business cannot tolerate more than minutes of data loss. You need to comply with strict data protection regulations. While complex to set up, this approach is the gold standard. For enterprises where data equals money, trust, or lives, the effort pays off the first time you recover from a disaster with minimal impact.